we have the current stock market analysis for SoundHound AI Incorporated, stock ticker SOUN. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So as we can see here, this is the 1 hour price chart, which means that each candle on this price chart represents a 1 hour trading period. And as we can see, the stock itself is really taking a major dive lower. Now, this is probably very concerning for people that do currently have long positions. Overall, the price momentum here has been focused on the top side. And it is clear at this point that most of this downside activity has been based on the fact that share prices have rallied so hard previously. But then at the same time, these declines have also been quite massive. So in this video, we will be looking at some important price levels to try to understand what is most likely to occur next and whether or not this stock is a buy at current levels. So as we can see here, we have been watching this stock for quite a while. I have not changed any of the prior trend lines or chart markings that are seen here. And for the most part, the breaks of resistance that we have seen in prior trading sessions have been quite massive. Specifically, what really occurred here was we did see share prices bounce off of $4.86. This was a very forceful movement to the top side because this did ultimately result in share price gains, which came in at $6.25. And then since then, share prices have then retraced most of that prior movement higher. So what we're going to be doing here initially is to look at this most recent trend wave movement that did occur in the positive direction to try to assess, how much damage has actually been done to this price chart in recent sessions. So if we use the price low at 486 and extend this price movement up to 625, we can see that the stock is currently broken through all of the major Fibonacci retracement levels. The 23.6% retracement was broken quite quickly. We did see a bit of a consolidation zone right around the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement area. But then as that occurred, the stock moved through all of its major exponential moving averages. And this really did set the losses in motion for a broader rate of acceleration. So then, we did see a little bit of stalling here right around the 50% retracement, but then once that gave way, there really was no support to be found at the 61.8 or 78.6% retracements. So as things currently stand here, what we're seeing is that the stock itself has moved through all of these major price levels, and this does ultimately suggest that we will then see a full retracement of this entire price move. So essentially, this would mean that the stock would now be expected to retrace 100% of that prior price rally. So since this stock price did see lows at $4.86, the suggestion at this point would be that the stock will need to retrace this level in order to attempt to find a base and then probably make a movement higher from there. Now, overall, this series of higher lows has been bullish. Most of the activity that we have been seeing here has actually been in the bullish direction. So when you start to see share price movements like this, it can be quite surprising. But we also have to keep in mind the fact that the stock did see major movements higher. And we will actually be looking at a bit more of this longer term trend movement in order to make an assessment of how much support has actually been broken during this process. So now what we're going to do here is remove a lot of these trend markings here and look at the price movement from $4.45 and then extend this to $6.25. So as we can see here, there is a bit of stalling that is occurring. When we look at this trend wave movement, there's a bit of stalling that's occurring right around the 61.8% retracement level. And this is interesting because this is also roughly coming into contact with the 200 period exponential moving average. So since this is the 2 hour price chart, what we're really looking at here is the 200 hour exponential moving average. Now, what we have to admit here at this point is that the stock has actually closed below this level. We have broken through the 618 and the 200 hour exponential moving average almost at the same time here, really. It was really during the same trading period. And we did see an hourly close below both of these levels. So that is a very bearish signal. But the fact that we're starting to see a bit of consolidation here does suggest that we could still see somewhat of a bounce. And if this does occur, it would then be possible to refer to this price development as a false breakout to the downside. However, we would need to see a fairly forceful price movement in the positive direction in order to make that determination. So you really do need to see, quite a bounce here in order to start invalidating these price movements to the downside. Clearly, at this point, these are bearish signals. So for me, what I would probably need to see to the top side would be for share prices to break back above roughly 555 in order to invalidate these price movements lower. Because if that does not happen, what we're really looking at here is a break of a major Fibonacci support zone, as well as the 200-hour exponential moving average. So those are fairly significant bearish events. At the moment, if we do not see this upward bounce here, the next downside target is seen at $4.86. And that's actually going to be a very critical test there at that point. People that are long the stock might even want to consider adding to long positions right around that area, maybe with a tight stop loss, because from a shorter term trading perspective. Because if we don't see share prices bounce from there, I do think that you're probably in store for a deeper retracement. At the minimum, I would expect to see share prices move back to roughly 455 at that point. And then, what the main problem at that stage is that you're really starting to damage the overall structure here. There's a lot of downside price movement. And previously, this was a bullish structure. I mean, we did have a sideways trading range that sort of became an ascending triangle, which is a common and very strong bullish development here. And we did see share prices bounce all the way into $6.25. But a lot of that progress starts to be eroded and broken if we do see share prices break through these prior support levels, because we're no longer creating a series of higher lows in the process. As we can see here, the share price itself is still actually okay in terms of this trend line here. We are still posting a series of higher lows, but the stock really does need to bounce here very soon, because if we start to see any further downside price movements here, you're going to end this series of higher lows. You're going to be breaking through the 200-hour exponential moving average, and you will be breaking through the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement zone, looking at the trend wave movement from 445 to $6.25. So that would be a lot of negative signals occurring at the same time. So here's the current market update for SoundHound AI, stock ticker as SOUN. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.